almost live.
You should call those resurrection videos.
Or pedophile bait.
No.
Wait, no, wait, no, not pedophile. I'm sorry, necrophile.
Hold on. We are now live?
Oh shit.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. Now we have to watch what we
You're
say.
still not coming up on my feed, though.
It should be.
Ah, yes, you are now.
We are live. And it should be
All right.
spotlighting.
So much better
It's
than being
back.
dead.
That's true.
Matter of perspective, really. You see a dead guy complain about his bills?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so I'm replacing the display, the entire display assembly on this MacBook. And
Ooh.
it's actually, I've not done one of these yet. Well, I've done plenty of MacBooks, but this is a little bit newer than the ones I've done. And this has the new style connectors here that are actually kind of a pain. But first, I have to disable the auto boot. So every time the lid opens, this thing tries to start up. And I'm definitely going to be working the lid several times. So I've got to do that. But we have some other guests here this time.
If wouldn't safety measures state to absolutely unplug the battery so it wouldn't matter?
Yeah, I'm gonna disable the auto boot as well, just for extra precautions. And to do that, it's actually a terminal command. So I gotta get it started up first.
You know who's really good with terminal commands?
Not Tyler.
I'm excellent with terminal commands as long as you want to only ever see terminals.
Yeah. Do you want anyone to install Linux for you? It's not
I don't
Tyler.
know what any of these things are.
You can smell a dead motherboard from a mile away. Give me Linux, and suddenly, nope.
So
I'm here to make sure that this is special friendly. I feel
special
like,
friendly?
yeah, because I'm gonna ask all the questions that the subpar informed people will ask.
Okay.
While
So okay,
hold
I'm
on.
widening your audience.
Interesting. All right, it's asking for some power to start up, so I actually have to plug it in. Probably would have been all right, but I'm going to take the extra step. Just get it powered up and get into terminal, which I need to log into the user. Jess. Oh, we don't have the.
Yeah, you don't have access to the guest account.
Oh. Oh. I won't be able to disable auto boot.
Can with the rock.
oh wait, is that one where like the screen is nothing but lines on the right hand side, like almost almost like yes, that is that one.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, I can skip that.
Can you skip it or do you need me to call?
It's preferable if I get that disabled, but just have to be extra careful. All right, so let's get it powered off.
Chicka wow wow.
Is that right? Any day now.
I was about to say, I don't know if the
Throw it
video's frozen. And then I saw a little move.
How about this time? There we go. All right, very good. Okay, so this is one of the newer Macs where the back panel is actually quite difficult to get off. I've already gone through that in the previous video, and I left it off so that we didn't have to witness me struggling all over again.
That's no fun. I like watching you struggle. Makes me feel better about my life.
My goodness. All right. So, what's next? I got the back panel off, and all of that. So let's see, we need to get this exposed. So what are you guys up to today?
Well, I was playing a little bit of Kerbal Space Program, studying, aliens into space, and then watching the rockets plummet towards planets.
I am transporting what I believe to be explosives through Idaho. Or Ohio. That one, Ohio.
And you know what I'm doing?
Do I?
Yeah,
Are you programming?
I'm working on that job, yes.
Oh. All right, so we just need to get this disconnected gently. Oh no.
So it's the least opportune times does that chime.
Yeah. All right. So
Oh, that's not good. What does my company want?
are we all getting phone calls now?
No, not
Well,
involves me.
No, this isn't a phone call. I got a random message because they think that texting me while I'm driving is a good idea.
Oh, you're a truck driver, aren't you? I might be sitting behind you, following.
Nah, I only got a black truck behind me, and it's in America, so there's only like a 20,000 mile difference. I honestly have no
Oh,
idea
I
how
could,
far
I
away
could,
Australia is.
He could be stateside, except
I
the fact
could be.
he already told us what his
I
time.
could have been fibulating.
I am just saying, if you need your green card, homosexuality is now legal in America.
Oh, Lord.
Well, that's
Plus,
good
I
for
want
you.
my Australian card.
Oh my lord. Where have we gone today?
Oh no.
Apparently from the U.S. to Australia, and somehow everybody's getting green cards for each country. So
I don't know how Australia customs work, but obviously, if you marry a U.S. citizen, you automatically get citizenship. Well, not that simple, but it's pretty much that simple.
Everything feels so delicate on this Mac.
that's because it's 80% tape and super.
I keep telling you, just hit it with a rock. It will feel much less delicate afterwards and much more broken.
Okay. This is the battery connector. Is that true? That's it? That's odd.
It looks broken now. It's a bit dangly in the
Definitely
middle.
broke it now.
No, it's fine. Just add more hot glue
It's
and
it's in economy mode now.
Well, it depends on if it's metal that broke or plastic that broke. Rather, you have to solder it or use
This
hot
is
glue.
Here
these
we
are
go.
T3 Torx. T3. That's
Let's dumb it down for us. What's that?
Screwdriver.
tiny
super
Start
small.
it.
A special screwdriver.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Visible. May not be visible. The
Yeah,
lens
no,
can't even focus on it.
You should have diagrams, James, so you can show them. Look, here's a picture.
I don't have any. What's that, Jess?
Yeah, it's not very visible. Can't focus.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm doing, I'm uncovering the hinges. There's these little plastic caps.
He's becoming unhinged.
Yeah. The little plastic caps over the
Oh
hinges.
yeah, these are nightmares. We bought a second-hand one of these and it was missing half the screws.
Yeah. Oh, they are.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it wasn't. It was very not good.
what is it? You want to replace a keyboard on a 07 MacBook, James?
What's that?
Isn't it like the 07 era where it was every key had its own screw on the keyboard?
Oh, yeah. Well, I just did one. So the odd thing is that if you want on the newer models, not new, but newer than the one you're talking about, you actually do the same process, but so the keyboard is riveted in, and when you rip the old keyboard out, the rivets come out exposing screws, exposing threads, and so I have a bag of screws here. I'll show you.
I feel like I'm learning. I don't like it.
I think I'll show you.
He thinks, he says.
I've already made promises. Now you got to show me.
Yeah.
I am emotionally and mentally invested.
So I've misplaced the bag of screws.
And what would they look like? A bag of screws.
Anyway,
Bag of
those-
screws looks exactly like a bag of screws.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, but they're-
to his left, he has a tray of approximately 2,000 screws that are miscellaneous. So I can't blame him.
Have you done your 3D printed MacBook screw holder yet, James?
no, not yet.
All right, I am leaving the vicinity of the city, so if I randomly drop out, I have lost contact. Sorry, connection. I got seriously distracted because the cop just pulled out behind me.
There was panic.
There was panic.
Okay, so this is the main display connector.
For
That's
those
it.
who don't know, super fragile.
Very fragile.
No bricky.
Don't do this at home.
Yes.
Or
don't
do
this
it at home and pay twice as much to have him fix it anyways.
Don't do this at work either.
Or at the park.
Definitely not at the park.
I mean, there were cables and stuff for some of the newer MacBooks that you couldn't even get, like as a physical human being, unless you got it off of a donor Mac, you couldn't get it because Apple straight up was like, yeah, hey, you guys cannot replicate these parts and sell them. We're the only ones who get them. Good luck with that. It's just wild how much
Oh, Apple.
It's just wild how much Apple is willing to sacrifice right to repair and a bunch of other stuff like that, just to be like, yeah, no, we're the only ones who want access to this, so you have to spend like $2,000 because they don't even fix it. They just give you a new computer and they're just like, yeah, it's broke.
Yeah, so this job can go on for quite some time. I gotta
I
get,
suppose the logic, if it ain't broke, why fix it?
yeah, well, it's broken.
According to Apple, you just need to upgrade. You're just have evolved past the machinery you're using. So just buy a newer model.
It's the same model as last year, but this time it comes in fuchsia.
That's it. That's it.
Yes, you need that slight upgrade because you have evolved as a human. Your intelligence is increasing so much that you have to just buy this upgraded one because the old one isn't broken. Keep in mind, still, it's absolutely not broken. It's just not to your standards anymore. We applaud you in your self-improvements.
Okay, now I'm at, there's 12 of these microscopic little screws here, and they're pentalobe. So let me find that. P2 pentalobe.
So you're saying don't do this if you're prone to sneezing.
Yeah.
It was one time, and it was only one Wi-Fi connector.
Can I do it if I'm prone to fits of rage?
No.
Super small. Can't.
Yeah, the
That's
camera
crazy.
refuses to focus on it.
Yeah,
Crazy.
there's not enough pixels in your camera to portray the tininess.
Well, there's enough pixels, they're just all out of whack. They're on focus pixels.
Once again, I'm the token dumb guy. You don't correct them, you just accept it as fact. Wrong
That's
fact,
right.
but still fact.
Correct. There you go. We'll just say that.
Yay. So how's Australia? Y'all still on fire?
Too soon.
No, that's old news.
I have been so far out of the news that I don't even know what's going on in the world.
Well, yes. That could be a good thing or a bad thing.
Probably a bad thing, considering my job is to go across the country. I should probably know what's going on in it.
You only need to know what's going on in front of you so you don't hit it.
That's what I say, and everyone says that's not good enough. You just ran over a child. It's not in front of me anymore. I don't got to hit it now. Gosh.
And like that demonetized.
I think this live feed just went a little too far.
Say what?
Nothing. Thanks for coming, Michael.
Yay.
All right.
So-
That's good. We have to get these coaxial disconnects.
So, I'm not entirely sure how the global works anymore when it comes to seasons. Is it summer over there or is it winter?
It is coming into winter.
Okay. Because we're going into summer over here, right, guys? Or
Yes,
is it currently
we're
summer?
the opposite to what you are.
All right, that's how I thought it worked, but I wasn't entirely sure.
I mean, I was just gonna say, dude, we live in Florida. It's summer 80% of the time, but
In Arizona, it's summer like 95% of the time. You have to turn on your AC in the middle of winter.
Okay, here. Got to try and get this entire assembly out now.
All right, we got faith in you. Do it, do it, do it.
Oh,
Although if any of you Floridians can ever make it up north and just drive along, I think this is the 80 I'm on. Doesn't matter which way you're going. It's just beautiful land out here. You go through a couple of major cities, so you can also go see the sights, but it's mostly just lush green, some farmlands, just a really pretty view.
where are you? Where are you, Michael? Uh-oh, did we lose you?
He's dropping out.
Ohio.
You should film it. You got
Dropping
your
out
dash
now.
cam?
I do pointed at me and not out the window. Getting a secondary phone mount, but then I could just record it as I drive.
Let's see.
Oh, is it-
I think we lost Michael.
He fell out, did he? Ah,
Oh, I tapped out for a second.
well, he's back. So how long does it take you to go one way across the states,
I
typically?
don't think I've done a straight shot from one side to the other yet, but well, no, I've done Arizona to.
He's dead, Jim.
Am I dead again?
No.
Now you're back.
Oh, we never left.
All right.
I was gonna say, he cut out for me right before right after he sounded like, you know, RoboCop and Oz Fighting fan.
That's a very accurate description.
Let's hear. To go from Arizona to New York, it took me, I think, 4 or 5 days, and I had 7 to do it, so it was a pretty relaxed trip.
Well, don't you guys now have like you guys can't drive past a certain amount of hours with like all the DOT stuff?
So this is a spring, guys. I found a spring.
What was that? You went robotic. Oh. Boing, boing, boing. Sorry, what was that question? You went all kinds of robotic. Am
Taylor?
I still there?
No.
You know?
That's the correct way to answer that.
I learned that from somebody.
So I've, you know, I learned yesterday that I am probably one of those people who isn't meant to, you know, make it past 40. I saw a coyote and I'm like, oh, hey, look, wild puppy. And I was quickly told I'm not bringing it home.
Rude.
Oh, why?
Do you normally?
No, however, I just enjoy animals, and whether or not he wants to kill me, I'm going to argue that it's just misunderstood and confused and scared, and then I can make friends with it. It was at that point I realized I'm probably not going to make it to 40.
Well, it might be okay with you.
Oh,
It might-
it's
it might just eat
arguably
everybody
not
else.
necessarily misunderstood. I've had an animal. Like, I thought it was pretty cool.
I mean, at my other job, we have a alligator trapper who comes in all the time, and he tries to get the new guys all the time. He's like, "Hey guys, I got a battery in the bed of my truck. I need you guys to check for me." So they'll send out. So he'll get the new guy to go out there, drop the tailgate, and there's a freaking gator in the bed of the truck. Every time he comes in, I'm sitting there like, "You got a battery in the bed of the truck?" He goes, yeah. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm stepping outside for a second. He'll walk out with me. I'm sitting there petting the gator. He's like, you either have no fear or you're dumb as a box of rocks.
Why can't it be both?
There's no reason.
Valid.
All right, this might be it.
I hate it when vehicles that I'm trying not to murder make me break the law.
I mean, to be fair, I've allegedly, in an emergency situation, have used a turn lane as a passing lane, allegedly.
Okay, so I've got the display assembly off. Good work, guys. Thanks for the help.
Yeah, I was explaining what is very delicate and fragile. I did my part.
You're
So,
explaining what?
This is how crazy these assemblies are. Like,
With all the magnets and stuff, yeah.
well, this is the cable that runs the whole screen, and it's soldered. It's actually soldered to the panel inside. So
This is problem.
it never makes sense to replace the display. Just get an assembly, which is what I've done. Unfortunately, they were completely out of stock in this color, but this particular client has like this purple pink cover on their Mac anyway. So
She was completely all right with it.
You just assume his customer's gender.
And here, I don't know if this is visible, but there's a crack.
That most
That-
definitely would cause that
That
lining.
was the cause, and we couldn't see it because of the way that it's mounted. Could not see the crack. And I said, I said when it came in, I said, this really looks like the screen is cracked, but I don't see a crack anywhere.
And now you do.
So you have successfully deduced the cause of the problem.
Yeah. Yep. That's
Someone
where
threw
we're
a
at.
rock at it.
That's a great idea.
Apparently.
You just got to scream for science while you're doing it, because I'm pretty sure no one else has tried that.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Yeah, I'm actually questioning now if a large rock were to fall upon a MacBook, if the Apple Care covers meteorites, if you claim it as such, destroyed my MacBook.
All right, I'm too weak of a signal. I will bow out. I hope you gents enjoy one another, and if Jess, you're part of the party, then ladies and gents,
She
All
can.
right, Michael. Thanks for coming.
thanks for having me.
See you
I
later.
have complete faith you will fix that post haze and to the rightful owner without hitting it with the rock first. Just remember, thank you for coming to us, because if you take somewhere else, they might hit it with the rock. That could be your slogan, and I'll support that slogan, because I will start taking in the clients that don't want to go to you for a fraction of the price and just beat all of their equipment with rocks.
All right. Well,
That
appreciate
sounds like a
that, I think.
strategy. Of some kind.
Yeah,
But here's the difference in colors. I just wanted to show you. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Didn't Apple at one time do like black MacBooks?
I think I've seen that. I'm not sure.
I think it was like the G4 era.
I had one that tried to do that.
Did it try to spontaneously combust because
Yeah.
there's no adequate cooling?
It encountered an electrical fault of a catastrophic kind, yes.
As you've probably been able to tell by now, I'm not the biggest fan of Macs.
Oh, they're good. I don't mind them. They're actually interesting.
Uh, I'll give credit where credit is due. Interested, yes. Intricate pieces of hardware, yes. Um, Price point to anything else, no.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and then like repairability if you have to do something. They literally shaved. I think it was a millimeter off the overall thickness of the laptops by now soldering the RAM to it, and I thought that was the dumbest thing they could have done. Because
Yes.
now if you have a failed RAM module, your entire $3,000 laptop is garbage instead of a $50-$60 replacement RAM stick.
It becomes a doorstop.
Yeah, it becomes a very nice doorstop. I'm also not too fond of their keyboards, especially those what are they, the butterfly ones that they tell you have to blow air into like every other day or else it's
Oh,
gonna
I've
crap
heard
out.
about that.
Yeah, Apple was 100% telling people they were using their keyboard wrong because they weren't cleaning it out every other day and the dust just kills it. Uh, that's a bit extreme for me.
Well, I'm using one of these big aluminium Mac keyboards on my computer. I really like it. So how's
Also,
that for strange? Running Linux with a Mac keyboard.
hey, if it works, it works. But I
Oh,
also
it works good.
I have to thank you for using the proper pronunciation of aluminium.
Aluminum, sorry.
No, get out. You're fired.
Well, you guys say solder, so I have to internally giggle violently every time I hear you say that. Because
I get yelled at all the time for pronouncing aluminium as aluminium instead of aluminum, and everybody's like,
good on you. That's what we should.
Everybody's always like, no, there's no I there. I go, actually there is. It's just we drop the I, like we drop the U in color, and all of you can just look at a periodic table.
And the L in solder.
Yeah, solder.
It will always forever bamboozle me why it is pronounced solder. It's incomprehensible.
I mean, to be fair, I believe James and I are some of the few people who actually leave the L in it and pronounce it as solder.
Well, he slipped today. Usually he's pretty good.
I definitely flipped.
He's reverted back to old habits.
You primitive species.
Oh boy, this is actually quite difficult to get this fitted.
Well, I've just detangled a couple of necklaces. I'm a good detangler. I've got to put them somewhere, but I won't get retangled.
Actually, you know the one thing I absolutely like that Mac did? MagSafe chargers.
Yes.
Phenomenal. I actually have a for all intents and purposes, I'm going to refer to it as a MagSafe USB.
Except I had one that went black inside and took out my MacBook.
This is the same MacBook that decided to get
Yes.
an overhaul color.
That was that was the source of its wanting to change color. Yes. Yeah, it actually popped and it just was black inside. There was some electrical fault wherever it was plugged into. Well, I don't know. It was done somewhere else while the children were on holidays at some dodgy location, and it actually exploded and it's fed through to the MacBook and taken out a few bits inside as well. So it was quite catastrophic. So, and I believe it was a genuine one, but I can't be 100% certain of that. But yeah, it popped and went very black inside and did nasty things. So
yes, I mean,
good.
Electronics do like electricity in signified, measured amounts. But then again, I'm also the same person who will look at James and be like, hey, I can hook these batteries up together, right? What, 12 volts is 12 volts, right? obviously joking, but you know, there are a lot of people out there who will take 12 volt, 12 volt, forget amperages.
As long as you don't try charging your 12-volt battery on the mains directly, that would be interesting. I'm sure that's been attempted before.
Over where you at, I can't imagine it being just in American thing. You guys have those like Power Wheels type things, where they're like the little mini electric cars for kids.
Cars for kids, yes.
I have found that I want to acquire one. You can overvolt and change the batteries and make them do like 30 miles an hour. And
Oh, yes, I've done this.
This has been discussed here because we got one for the young grandkid, and my son has been talking about let's make it go faster because they are very slow and sluggish, aren't they, by design?
yeah, but I also found where you can get like the upgraded motors to hold like 32 volts or something like that. Like there's an actual racing league for these things, and you can just buy the parts. And I thought it was pretty cool. And within my nature of tinkering with everything I freaking own, I'm sitting here just like, well, I can hook up a couple of batteries. I might go through a motor a week, but I want to make this thing do a little bit more than 30. But that's where it gets dangerous and dodgy, isn't it?
Yes, potentially.
Okay, so with quite a bit of
Separated.
finagling, I think I got this. Good, very good.
The thing that really doesn't help with those is how stiff the hinges actually are.
Oh, yeah.
When you don't have leverage. Like MacBook hinges, you swear you need the power of the Hulk to pry them up properly.
You just need to have more vitamins.
Well, you also have to
That's another bad
Yeah.
word.
not to break anything while doing so. All right, lost the screw. Ah, here it is.
Already. Oh,
Oh, it's so easy on this thing. I actually took a breath of air a minute ago and lost one.
you're doing a good job.
Thanks. Okay, so we are on our way back together. How long has it been?
Oh, so long.
About 15, 20 minutes.
I don't know where all
That's
the
not
minutes have
bad.
gone.
This is a 2-hour repair, actually. I think I'm doing well.
Are you going too fast?
Yeah, I need to slow down. Okay.
Can we, if we ask nicely, because we are a repair shop of sorts, do you think we can get the Snap-on truck to stop by once a week?
Yes,
Snap-on truck.
we could.
After that last step, it's consensual, right?
We're not going to allow that, Tyler.
I want to ugga-dugga things.
I'm not, like, yes, Snap-on will come here, but I'm not allowing it. I'll not
All right.
take home $1 after that happens ever again.
Schedule James to have service calls at 2 p.m. every Tuesday for the rest of his life. I need the Snap-on truck to stop by for a minute.
So this is the T3.
Are those itty bitty T3s?
Yeah. Well, T3 is T3. This is P2.
Oh, I thought they had. I thought you were looking at the small, shallow one for the 12 that are along the bottom. I just tried to touch my screen and point it out as though you guys can see me. I feel intelligent.
Good work, Tyler.
As always, my friend.
3.9 millimeters. Seems like an awfully long screw for this section.
Well, I mean, doesn't it technically ground the board and then mount to the chassis?
I'm not sure about this. Oh no, right here, this is just a spring clip.
Oh, you're just doing this. Okay, I saw the outer ground screw points where they have the bits of copper trace on them, and that's where I thought you were screwing in.
No. Are we still in focus? I feel like that's blurry a little bit.
We are mostly in focus. But as you go to screw something in, it tries to focus on your hands.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And adds a bit of background blur. There's a proper term for it, and I couldn't think of the name of it off the top of my head at that moment.
Okay. So I need to get this back in. And then deal with these microscopic screws again.
You'll be fine.
Let's see. What size is this? Not that.
Get this started.
Have to get closer. Okay. Okay. Good work. Okay, this all sandwiches together here. Let's see. These two go on the intersections. It is super important to keep track of all these screws, and everyone needs to go in a different be organized. I'm trying to say they need to be organized because there are so many different sizes.
Well, that's why you need to print your little organizer.
I know, I should.
There you go. That would be a...
I printed a dice tower. I should show you.
Oh, you did?
Did it actually print, or?
Yeah, it printed with a hinge built right in.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still like my cog.
Oh yeah.
It's actually, I have it right here.
All right. Let's just hope everything is gonna line up properly. So far, so good. Now the microscopic ones. Oh boy, this is
The
well,
worst
they're
thing
not.
you can do is drop one of those in the fan. You'll be fine.
hey, you can leave. And all that negative energy in here.
I said
All
that
right.
was the worst thing you could do. I didn't say you were going to.
Let's see. What size are these? These are the
To rephrase it,
antelope.
it would be ill-advised to.
Correct. You've got a magnetic tip, screwdriver. You're good. You're fine.
Oh boy,
Is it lined up?
you can stop.
Do you need a microscope to see
I
it?
do. I really need to get a microscope in here for stuff like that. Okay. Just even the slightest bit of moisture on my finger is keeping the screw from sticking to the screwdriver. Okay, there we go. Yes, I'm installing freckles into the inside of this MacBook. They're threaded.
The best part about them is like 2 full screwdriver turns and they're tight.
Yeah. I think this might be the toughest part. Although aligning the screen hinges back up was tough.
That was a nightmare, partially because you don't actually have a way to kind of like sit it nicely so that you can do it. That's what must be printed. A lift of sorts.
A lift.
Yeah, so that we cannot have to worry about damaging like LCDs when working on something like that. Kind of just lay it, bolt it, or won't screw it in this case. There's no.
Oh, a jig. You're talking about creating a jig to.
Yeah, lifted jig.
Oh, I don't know that you'd have to have a specialty jig just for this model.
Let's just check. 2 holes left and 2 screws left.
And it looks like that's the last one.
Yeah.
Now we just got to put all these little shield covers back on and connect all the itsy bitsy ribbon cables that never want to sit right and actually bend pins half the time. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying that's a flaw in the design.
These are T3.
Oh, okay. This is tricky. Holding the part, getting the screw aligned. Okay. Yes, I have another print going right now. It's just a smaller dice tower.
For smaller dice.
I'm not sure.
It came in the bundle with the other dice tower, so I'm just gonna see what that's about.
Does it fulfill all the requirements I suggested earlier?
No, it doesn't. It's not, and it's not glow in the dark either.
Oh, what?
I know, I failed.
We can fire him.
There's no dry ice or glow in the dark or
No
LEDs.
spooky sounds and glowy things and
No.
walls howling and... Oh.
No. I've really let you down.
Well, wouldn't that be
here.
good?
It would be.
Speaking of which, if you happen to come in into contact with some dry ice, I need some.
Yeah. Let's get some.
Your reasons are a lot different than mine, my friend.
Mine, what? Mine's aesthetic and you're going to use it on your computer?
Well, no. I was going to take sound deadening out of the vehicle.
We could just make you a tiny fog machine.
Curious.
What's curious?
I think I've put these two screws in the wrong place.
At the same time.
Yes, I have. I need a much shorter screw in there.
No one will know. It's not like anyone's watching.
No one is watching.
I think that's why he messed up. He has performance anxiety.
True.
Now, like, how often does that happen at the shop? You're sitting there like, oh my god, this is so cool. And then, like, the moment anybody that you are gesturing to come and see what is going on, does everything go terribly sideways?
That's just a thing, isn't it? Come here, watch this software work. Oh.
About that.
It worked before.
I just ran the code 36 times. It worked every time. You walk over here, you're the virus.
That's right. That happens so often. It's funny.
Okay. Now, this is where those go.
But no, that's actually it's actually too accurate. There'll be times where I'm sitting there trying to do something at the shop, and I'm like, "Hey, this isn't working. Do we have something else I can use to kind of trick it and go around it?" James walks over, presses the exact same button, and it works flawlessly. And I'm looking at him like, "Okay."
Just because you didn't press it off enough times.
He knows like the little secret handshake for pressing buttons or something.
I do. It happens a lot.
He'll sit there and watch me do it, and then do exactly what I did, and it works. I'm just like, what? What? It doesn't change anything. The only thing that changes is the seating position of who's in that chair.
Yes, it's the aura of the person.
I swear that's what it is.
Of course. Almost there, guys.
Woo. Just how many more tiny screws?
2. And my phone starts ringing.
Like clockwork.
I should probably answer it too.
Importante?
As long as it doesn't suffer from that famous painter syndrome, you'd be good. Do you know which one I'm referring to?
Wait, what was it? Disease that Michael Jackson had. We'll
No,
just...
no. 2 loose screws, Lautrec. 2 loose Lautrec. 2 loose screws, Lautrec. That's his middle name is Screws. Actually, it's not. Actually, that's his whole last name. I just looked it up. Henry D. Toulouse-Lautrec. Anyway, that was a bit of useful information and an attempt at a very bad joke.
To be fair, any information is useful in the right hands.
2 loose screws, Lautrec.
I get it, but I didn't know it prior, so
I'm just trying to make it sound good, but it's kind of working. Sounded good
There
in
we
your
go.
head,
get that mounted properly.
but I'm going to make it a thing.
All right, so there's that. And then the battery connection. This is, man, that makes me nervous. So that is the battery connection. That's it.
Are they all talked up to their spec talk?
Sure.
Good, there you go. That's a correct answer.
Yeah, what's the Apple conversion of Ugga Duggas to torque specs?
Don't know.
I think Ugga Dugga is the technical term for torque. Okay.
And then we gotta slide this.
When I'm slinging auto parts, dude, you'd be surprised when they're like, "What's the torque spec on that?" I go, "It's like 18 foot-pounds. Tight is tight." Well, I need to get a torque wrench for that. No, you don't. You'll snap it before it even registers in the torque wrench. Tight is tight.
That's when the thread starts ripping out. Then you know you just right on the good spot.
Not too many threads though. Just the first one, right?
Just the first one, yeah. Just when you feel that first bit of slip.
Righty tighty turns into a lefty loosey, real fast.
To Lucy.
We were no, I had a customer come in, went to do their battery, and they have this not a strut brace, but it's a chassis reinforcement. I undid the bolt for it, and the thread cert came out with the bolt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good.
Well, no, because now I'm sitting here questioning how the hell I'm going to put it back.
Oh, it's always a way to put those back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you work it out?
Yeah, I
Okay.
sold the nut and bolt set.
Yeah.
we have something happening.
Hey, no disco lines. once that boots for like the sheer pleasure, can you please remove that film with a good like soundtrack to it?
Real slow.
Yes.
Peel that real slow.
Dude, we bought a 58-inch TV the other day, and I'm sitting there. I'm just like, I want to peel the film off. So I peel the film off. We turn the TV on. It was broken. We take it back, get the new one. I go, yay, second chance. I peeled that film. I was so sad. I was entertained for like 20 minutes just peeling film.
How we doing? We're good?
Yeah.
I think we got.
It looks a bit
it fixed.
wavy. Looks a bit
Yeah.
sandy on the screen.
It's wavy because of the film. Yes.
I think you got some sand in the screen
There's
there.
a bit of grit on the screen.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna shut it back down. Get the back panel back
That
on.
looks good. It nearly looks like a new one.
It makes a creaking noise. What is that?
Did you spray WD-40 on the hinges?
No.
Don't listen to me. Don't do that.
Just do not do that. No. Good old
Yeah,
dust
everyone
collector.
listening, I knew that he was not serious, but please do not.
If anyone's listening, do not do that.
No, you essentially want a proper like graphite lubricant in very fine amounts.
Probably, I don't know. I'd be a little against that too, because that's
Actually, yeah, because graphite's conductive, isn't it? Yeah. One of these days, I'll think.
There is a clearance issue,
Oh, good old clearance.
and there's absolutely nothing I can do to fix that.
Is it too low?
It catches on this lip.
Do you need to shim it?
Oh, wait a second. If I loosen these screws, what is this?
It just needs a little adjustment.
I'm not gonna lie. For a moment there, I did forget that there are some people who would have possibly thought that WD-40 is a good idea.
Oh, that's good in some situations.
I'm glad that
Just-
we
just-
clarified that because I was just like joking around, knowing.
I have no one to answer the phone. So if I loosen this, that actually should take care of the alignment with that. Okay.
All good? They're a persistent caller.
Dude, those phones will ring forever. On the bright side, though, you get some lovely cue music.
I want to hear sounds of joy and excitement.
That doesn't sound like joy and excitement.
No, I don't like it. Let me get this. if I leave these slightly loose.
Get it past that point and see what happens.
Is that the clamshell buckling?
Is there any on the end hinges? Is there any move in given those that you can make it sit out a little bit further, if that's the issue?
Ah, I see it. I see it. It is right here. And I can pull that in tighter and tighten it down. That might do it.
But would it help if you loosened off the end hinges and let it move a bit?
Ah, good point. Yes, actually, that's a great tip.
Fourth time to the charm for suggestions. No, I'm joking.
What is this? This is the wrong thing.
Yeah, that's T3, isn't it?
Well, it's the right thing for the wrong hole.
Yep. Can you guys hear the printer?
No.
Very vaguely.
How far away is it?
Yeah,
T2's right?
it's oh, I don't know, maybe 4 meters.
Oh, you moved it? Or are you not?
I'm on the silver table.
Oh, okay. I thought you were on the other side where it would have been like 3 feet from you, which. Yeah, every now and then I hear a servo, but that's it.
3 meters.
It goes a little bit further without binding now.
Yeah.
In one of those kits that you got, there should be nylon washers. Would that help?
It's just an alignment issue, isn't it? Is it getting better or worse?
As he loosens them, it seems to be getting better. You can open it a little bit further without it.
Yeah, it should allow it to move enough for it to get in the right spot.
Okay, let's see where we're at.
It found right there at the end, but I think
Yeah, it's barely doing it now.
I was gonna say, was that full open?
What's that?
Was that full open?
Yeah, which it won't be able to once the bottom base actually goes on. So I think we're right at the spot. So we'll get these back on and get the bottom cover on, and that's it for the Mac. Then we can move on to the Asus.
I will not be allowed, not allowed, but not able.
You leaving?
I will have to, yes.
That's all right. Well, I appreciate you coming on.
Very much wish I could have stayed longer.
This was it was a bit of a pain, but this was fun. This particular job was I enjoy these longer builds.
That's me. You can disregard it for now.
Okay.
I feel like that's like a lot, like 50% of the stuff I send you. Just like you hear a ding, you go check. I'm like, disregard it.
Yeah, well, I use it for taking notes too.
I just if I got something on my mind and I have the chat open, I'll just throw it in there. Might not make any sense, but okay. Then I need to put this sticker back on.
We're good. That's it.
That is it. And then let me get some fingerprint remover. Fingerprint remover, also known as ethyl acetate.
Ethel.
It's a shame that you'd have to like completely dismantle the entire machine again if you wanted to get underneath there and place the thermal paste while you were there.
Yeah, but it's actually in good shape here. Okay, so yeah, this is that tricky one, right? So this actually has these,
Nubbins.
yeah, and what they do is they slide under this this bracket,
Oh, okay.
and then there's these clips. It's actually a spring clip. These just guide into a slot, but then these spring clips, you actually have to place it in, slide it forward, and then clip it into place. Opening this is a nightmare. Closing it's not so bad.
Well,
Just
that's
gotta
novel,
get it.
isn't it?
Yeah.
You got to bend the back down, do you?
That's something else.
But that's it.
You gotta think different, my friend.
Oh, true.
That's the gel cover on it, right?
No, it's hard plastic.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and each position's a little bit different size. And then these are the
Pentalobe as well.
All right, gentlemen. I must bow out.
All right, Tyler, thanks for joining us.
Yes, of course. See everybody.
Enjoy.
Quite
And
a,
then it was two.
this is quite a build. maybe not happy with the engineering of this.
So rule number one is try and make all the screws the same length.
Yeah, a lot of laptops are like that. Doesn't matter where you took the screw out.
Well,
They're
it
all the
just
same.
reduces. This just makes more sense. Anyway. So you're going to make someone very happy.
Yes, now we have this bit.
Oh, here we go. The official peeling off the plastic. Look at that.
Beautiful. We got one more. One more. Yeah, you can definitely see the color difference. How do we get this one off? All right.
Brand spanking.
There we go. Beautiful. All right, so that's it for this Mac. It's all ready to be picked up. And we're going to take an intermission. We'll end this live and start a new one here soon. Thanks for watching.
It's been fun.
It has been fun.
It's always fun.